All right, here in Brooklyn on a cool Sunday morning. I'm at Pier 3 on the Brooklyn Waterfront, looking south towards Red Hook, where there's actually a cruise ship. Let's see if I can get you a better look. There we go. Yeah, so that's the new face of Brooklyn now. We probably for about the last 10 years, I think, have the capability of cruise ships docking on Red Hook, Brooklyn. So there's Governor's Island. Over there, Statue of Liberty. Let's go closer. There you go. I can't get any closer with the zoom on this phone, in this app anyway. So that'll have to be it. And let's bring it around. That's New Jersey over there. That's probably Ellis Island over there. This is the Staten Island Ferry Terminal. I'm going to zoom a tiny bit. There we go. This is the downtown financial district, Lower Manhattan. Going around South Street Seaport and Brooklyn Bridge. And yeah, so the plan is for me today, hold on, let me widen this up a little. Yeah. So the plan is I aim to, well actually I don't like that. Let's go back to regular. Okay, so yeah, I came to Brooklyn to film something, and I'm sorry, I'm being very rude here. So I came to Brooklyn to film something, and having filmed that something, I'm now going to basically head home, but I'm going to walk around to the Brooklyn Bridge and get a coffee and head home from there. So anyway, you don't want to see me, so let's get back to the views. There we go. So like I said, over here is Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn Bridge, and yeah, so I'm going to go over there. So I'm working on these reconstructed piers. This one is basically, they turned into a elongated park. The one further back over there, Pier 4 I believe it is. This is Pier 3, so that must be 4, is a soccer field. Actually, no, I got it wrong. The soccer field is Pier 5. This, I believe, in front of us is Pier 1. But you know what? I could be all wrong. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm on Pier 3. That's Pier 2, and beyond it is Pier 1. So Pier 4 is in fact the soccer field. So, oh yeah, so what I was going to say. Excuse me. On Pier 2, they have basketball courts. I believe they have tennis courts and pickleball. Pickleball being the sport for people who are too fancy for tennis. So anyway, like I said, it's like 50 degrees out here today in Brooklyn. It's kind of threatening rain. We're supposed to get rain by noon. I plan to be home long before then. Had I but waited, I could have seen that on the end of the pier there, they are labeled. So that is Pier 2, this is Pier 3. And they've really rehabilitated this waterfront very nicely. In the spring and the summertime, obviously when the weather's better, it's probably a great joy to be down here. They've got a couple of little cafes along the route, along the pathway. They got separate pathways for foot traffic and wheeled traffic, bicycles, scooters, skateboards, blah blah. So nobody's going to get knocked over by anybody. There's a look back that way. Very nice, very nice. So there's a little park up there. There's tables and chairs up there. As you can see, people are out getting their morning exercise. And making quite a noise about it. Okay, so we're heading towards Pier 2. Again, let's take a look at Lower Manhattan. And I suppose I have a soft spot for Brooklyn, having lived there from 1981 to about, I want to say 2000. Quite a while, at least. So, try to get down to Brooklyn whenever possible. Plus, it's where we have to come for our favorite roti at Susie's on Church Avenue, right by Coney Island Avenue, in case anybody's interested. Very good roti and doubles. In fact, all of their food is good. So the constant background noise, which I can hear, I don't know if you can hear through this mic, is from the BQE, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, which you can see up there ahead. Constant traffic on that. Not sure I could live by it. So yeah. So tell me this isn't pleasant. They did great landscaping work. Recreational facilities they did a top-notch job with. Whether it's relaxing, exercising, whatever, it's all covered here. It's a really nice park. Now, I'm basically exploring, and like I said, I'm killing time until I can get my coffee. But not too many better ways to kill time. And look at that nice shot of the Brooklyn Bridge. It'll get better actually as we get closer. The Freedom Tower is shrouded in clouds today. Otherwise, you would be able to see it right there. But that's what I said about it looking threatening today. Okay, going off-road a little bit. So they have all these little extra landscaped side paths that you can explore. And I like it. There goes the New York City ferry. $4. That's all it costs. $4 and you can go from Wall Street up to 96th Street without the hassle of having to get on a train. Of course, once you get to 96th Street, you've got to walk uphill to get to anything that's really interesting, and or get the train or the bus, whatever is your want. So yeah, sure, anybody that hasn't been down to Brooklyn in a long time and hasn't seen the new improved waterfront, I highly recommend it. It's very much worth it. Just want to show you... No, not yet. Okay, save that. I was going to get ahead of myself a little bit there and let's keep some stuff in reserve. So, yeah, like I said, it's a chilly Sunday morning. It's, what is it presently? It's 9 a.m. So, if you're in the UK, that's what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? I'm guessing. Translating into kilos, I don't know. Okay. So I'm hoping that the picture quality stays stable, because I plan to do a lot of these live stream walks in the future, but I will of course announce them ahead of time. And just going different places in the city and beyond, because there are other places in New York City, and just exploring, strolling, walking. Maybe I will. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. Now the nice part about, and the bad part I suppose, about a unannounced live stream is nobody's watching. Which actually is better for me because I have stage fright or anxiety, whatever it may be. Not a natural born performer. I can fake it when I need to, but I don't like it. So now I have a choice. See, now imagine clear day, blue skies. You'd have your Freedom Tower there, looming over everything else. Is that not a great view? And a great place to sit and relax, catch some rays, enjoy the city. I do envy all these fitness types, but I'm not going to try and emulate them. I left it too late in life, I believe. So, as long as I'm fairly sure I can still outrun my kids, I don't think I'm in too bad a shape. And I'm fairly sure that is the case. They are not what you might call athletically inclined. So yeah, I was gonna jump ahead and show you this view from further away, but I would have been doing it a disservice. I wonder if these are free. Let's see. Oh, it works. For free. There you go. So if you come down here, that's Pier 1 over there. This is Brooklyn Bridge Park we're in now. But these binoculars would allow you to get a good view of not only the city, but Statue of Liberty right over there. But speaking of the city, let's get back to that view. That's what we live for. It was so much better with the Twin Towers. I will always miss them. The Freedom Tower is not a great substitute for the Twin Towers. It's a nice looking building, don't get me wrong. But anyone who was here before, Twin Towers is where it's at. Polaroid land camera type. People are really embracing the retro aesthetic. I'm happily digital. I don't want to wait for film. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show you. I'm so sorry. I ramble and get distracted, but you know, I'm 59, so that might happen occasionally. So directly across from us is the South Street Sport, and we have one of what they call a tall ship, one of those T-clippers, right there. See it right there. And this is the new Seaport building. Shops, activities, performances, blah, blah, blah. But onward. So right now I can see, from where I'm standing, I can see the Statue of Liberty, Freedom Tower, well, some of it, Brooklyn Bridge. I can see the municipal building. I can see a Frank Gehry architect building. I can see the Chrysler building. Or, nope, sorry, my bad. That's the Empire State Building. So, I mean, you can see quite a lot of the city, depending on where you stand. Yep, so, piece of information learned. Oh, they have these cute little tables here, I guess, that anybody can use. Sit here, have a snack. With this is your backdrop. Or this is your backdrop. Your choice. Yeah, so we also found out that these binoculars for sightseeing are free, which I did not know before today. I always assumed that it would be a money grab like most other touristy things in the city. I'm gonna swing you to the side there because it's a more interesting view. Looks a lot better on a nicey day. Nicer day, but it still doesn't look bad. Brooklyn Bridge is my favorite bridge in New York City. It's also the oldest bridge in New York City. I have no idea why that lady just ran at me. And then, yeah. As you can, it's a fairly wide sidewalk. But some people think they're elite and above everybody else, and I don't. Okay, so now we're basically at the base of the Brooklyn Bridge, and beyond it you can actually see Manhattan Bridge. Here's what we're working with. So yeah, this is the East River. So you get the Brooklyn Bridge, then the Manhattan Bridge, then the Williamsburg Bridge, then the Queensboro Bridge, and then my memory fails me. So this is where you would get the New York City water ferry right here, and I'm considering it actually. Strongly considering it. It's only basically $1.25 cheaper to go on the train. But the train will get me a lot closer to home. Like I say, you can take this as far north as 96th Street. This New York City water ferry here. But what I will say also is you get to see some great sights. I wonder if I should... I don't know. Do I feel like it? Maybe. I was wondering whether I feel like walking over the Brooklyn Bridge. Well, can't see all of it, but it does say welcome. So welcome. Welcome to Brooklyn. Now, I don't know what... Oh, I know what's going on. There's a lot of police activity and streets blocked off because of the TD Bank 5-borough bike tour. Yeah. So that's screwing up traffic for your Sunday morning. If you want ice cream and you're down here, Van Leeuwen is the place to go. How you doing? And just in case you thought that New Yorkers weren't friendly. Now also interesting in the area, you've got, they claim to be the original and world famous Brooklyn ice cream farm or factory, sorry. Yeah, I don't know who they are. This place over here See if I can get in there. Yes. Arabica. Very good coffee. Very reasonably priced, competitive with Starbucks, but not quite so full of itself. There's a Shake Shack right there. A couple of Italian restaurants. So yes, all of this police activity here is just to support and protect the bike riders along their route. If you want a lobster roll, crab roll, shrimp roll, this is your place, Luke's Lobster. And if you can't decide, they do a combo deal where you can get one of each, and that's my favorite. In fact, let's just take a look. They call it the seafood flight. So you get a taste of all three, a trio of half rolls with 2 ounces of crab, shrimp, and lobster. Take that and go and sit down by the water. How much better can you do? Okay, so at this point I am sort of meandering, but with the views I've got, it would be kind of crazy not to. So right now we are walking directly under the Brooklyn Bridge, and ahead of us there is the Manhattan Bridge. So where I'm going now is just an informational stop for you. If you need pretty clean bathrooms, if you need something to eat, if you need a unique view of the Manhattan skyline, the Manhattan Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, you will come around here to the Timeout Market. There's another park. This used to be the like warehouses. And stuff for the imported stuff off the docks. Because remember, back in the day, this was all functional. All of this was dockland, and it was used for import, export, transport. But in here, they have, as you can tell, a theater. So there are performances in there. And to our left, is a carousel or a roundabout, whatever you want to call it. But this here is the Timeout Market. So they took all these warehouses that weren't being used for a lot of years, not for warehousing anyway, and they put in shops and offices and a food hall, which I don't know if I'm gonna pass through it. I think I'll go around it. It's a bit of a pain dealing with the close quarters. But yeah, this is Timeout Market, public restrooms. So basically it's a lot of varied food places, and there are 1, 2, 3 levels. Not all of it is for the food hall, obviously. So mostly on the first floor and the rooftop you'll find the food places, and these are the places. And so far everything I've had from here has been very good, so I highly recommend Time Out Market. There's a train going over the Manhattan Bridge. Again, this is one of the most pleasant areas you can really hope for if you visit New York. I would suggest taking the train down to City Hall, walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, stop in at Time Out Market for lunch, explore the area, and then go back to wherever you're lodging. But it'll be a good day out. That's the point. Especially and including the walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. It's always fun. So we are, let's see now, where are we? Okay, this is Main Street. Which is not quite the one I'm looking for, but it's not the one I'm looking for, if you know what I mean. Ubiquitous city bikes. The scourge of sidewalks and parking spaces all across the city. However, it does reduce pollution, so. So yeah, so a lot of these buildings, let's just to open it up a bit. A lot of these buildings were factories, warehouses, and so now a lot of them have been turned into condos and office spaces. Okay, now I want to show you where they take that picture that everybody likes to get of the Manhattan Bridge. So that's where we're going. So there's a look at the back side of the Time Out Market. Let's put it a bit. Okay. So they have some nice stores and things along here now, and restaurants and art galleries, all kind of things. There's a market underneath the Manhattan Bridge every weekend, I believe. It's every weekend. And all in all, it's, you know, Downtown Brooklyn, DUMBO, down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass is what that stands for. It's just a very nice place to stroll around, grab a coffee, grab a soda, grab a juice, whatever you need, and just stroll. Can't go wrong. So, here is, how you doing? Here is the picture. This is Washington Street. I'm at Water Street right now, it's the cross street. But Washington Street, that's when you get this iconic shot. But I've gotten that so many times. Now this is not normally a pedestrian thoroughfare, but because of the 5-borough bike ride, they are blocking off streets, and so this is a pedestrian walkway at the moment, as you can see. There you go, tour group. All right, so I think I'm gonna call it quits. I gotta get home. So thanks for watching, anybody who does, and we'll see you next time. Oh yeah, what I did mention was I'm going to be doing this more often. So let me expound on that a tiny bit with this as my background. So what I'm going to be doing is basically exploring places, and I'll take you along for the walk. And mostly it'll be in this landscape horizontal format, which YouTube doesn't promote, so I'm going to have to advertise for myself, which is fine. It's the way it is. Gotta hustle. So I'm thinking next week, Thursday, will be the first one, and then every Thursday thereafter at about 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so it'll be just like for an hour, 2 hours, however long, until it seems like it's not interesting anymore. But like I said, the first one is going to be in Central Park, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down the east side of Central Park from top to bottom, and then hopefully the following week I'll go down the west side of Central Park, top to bottom. There will be some overlap on the views towards the middle section, but they are two distinct sides of the park with different things to see and know. So yep, that's the plan. So Thursdays, 2 o'clock, live stream. I'm going to make a community post, and I will try and remind everybody, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as the time and day gets closer. So anyone who's watched this long, boring chat by me, thank you. Oh, here goes some of the riders for the TD Bank 5-borough bike ride. Oh, you know what? Let me quickly just show you the market down here. Hold on. Got to switch you around. Oops. Sorry, I have big fingers. It makes the screen vibrate. Sounds like I'm bragging. So now I don't know if these are the first of the riders. I think they start in Staten Island, sort of like the marathon. Maybe they start in Staten Island. I don't know. Anybody who knows, let me know. But they go through all 5 boroughs, is the point. I don't know if there are shorter routes that you can take instead of doing the full shebang, but hey, power to them. I used to do city bike rides, organized city bike rides, but the organization that was running them actually folded, so those rides are no longer. But it was fun. You got to see more of the city that you live in, and you can't go wrong doing that. Well, in fact, you can't go wrong exploring whatever environment you live in. So there we go. 5-borough bike tour. Otherwise there would be cars going up the street. I like this mural. In fact, let me just go over there a second. Onward. So I just want to show you at this point, and this is going to be another one of the walks that I do properly and will promote next time. Right now I'm just strolling because I'm really killing time until my express bus is ready to pick me up in the city, which is actually not until 11 a.m. on a Sunday, so I'm trying to kill a lot of time. So the Jehovah's Witnesses are out. So the market is not yet up and active. People are setting up their stands. Those that are brave enough to come out here in this chill. But this is where it would be. So there's the Manhattan Bridge. There's also an indoor market apparently, which I did not know. And it looks like there's also food stands as well as stuff for sale inside. Or perhaps that is the inclement weather section, I don't know. And then underneath the arch, directly underneath the Manhattan Bridge, is where the main magic happens. All kinds of things, vintage stuff, handmade stuff, jewelry, imaginative names. So yeah, this is literally Dumbo. Alright, so I'm going to call it quits for the day. I thank anybody who sits through this whole 45 minutes worth of me rabbiting on and on and on and walking with absolutely no sense of direction whatsoever. But if you do, I thank you and have a great day.